Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of your favorite show, Drop Mic. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for giving us your time. Sorry about that, guys. Tonight's topic is there such thing as relationship/couple goals, right? The past couple of days, something's been doing the rounds on the internet, right? This entanglement issue. And you know that, it coincided with today's topic, right? Perfect timing. So I'm joined with a panel of young ladies tonight, right? At various stages in their lives. They will be debating this subject with us. They'll be sharing their opinions and their point of views on a wide range of questions that I have for them. So, without any further delay, if you haven't done so yet, you can share this link with your friends and family. The show is also being broadcasted live on YouTube. So if someone in your family is not on Facebook, please share the YouTube link with them. My name is Ted, and you're watching The Drop Mic. All right, without any further delay, I guess we'll introduce the panel. And I'll start with Annecy. Annecy, you were with us last week. You're back this week. Please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. My name is
Hi.
Anastasia. Hi. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, great. So my name is Anastasia. I am from New York, but I currently live in Houston, Texas. I am a traveling nanny and I have my own business, a nanny agency, but I am in school actually to be a marriage and family therapist. So this discussion is right up my alley. I'm so excited to discuss it.
Awesome, awesome. And next we have Sephora. Welcome back, Sephora.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Flora. I am 19 years old. I am currently a college student and I'm part of the Job Mikey crew as well. So thank you for having me again.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Sephora. And next we have Esperanza.
Hi guys, my name is Esperantia. I am a student nurse and I'm from Wood Island. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Awesome, thank you. And last but not least, we have Kisu.
Hi, my name is Kenya, but I go by Kesu on social media. I am a student nurse and a healthcare professional. I enjoy traveling and connecting to people. I love helping people attain their daily goals and life goals. I enjoy being a shoulder to others. I'm here and available to talk. And thank you for inviting me to the show, Ted.
Awesome, awesome. All right, ladies, welcome. Thank you all for your time. And now I have my first question. So, for all my panelists, do you guys believe that there is such thing as a perfect relationship? I'll start with you, Kisu, and then we'll go around.
Perfect? No, not at all. Mm-mm-mm. Um, so a relationship is two people, right? We
Yeah.
came into the relationship because we love each other, first of all, and each of us had a life before we started the relationship.
Yeah.
We have different goals, different beliefs. We are different people,
Mm-hmm.
so there's nothing perfect. So we gotta work through struggles, through obstacles, to like not to be perfect, but to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe in happiness.
Okay. Okay. What do you think, Esperanza?
Well, I would say perfect is like a big word. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think there is a perfect relationship. Um, because if we're not perfect, we can't have a perfect relationship because we the people, the guy and the girl, they form the relationship. So if us human we're not perfect, therefore I don't think there is a perfect relationship. But I think that it's always good to always work so that you could find happiness in the relationship you're in, but there's no such thing as perfect relationship.
Okay. Sephora, tell us a little bit about that.
I don't think there's such thing as a perfect relationship. I mean, every relationship has its struggles. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to overcome that struggle. But perfect, no, because us like Esperanza said, us as humans, we're not perfect either. So how can you have a perfect relationship if we're not perfect? So I don't think there's such things.
Okay. And Annecy, what do you think?
Yeah, so I do not think that there is such thing as a perfect relationship, but I do
Mm-hmm.
believe just I guess like a little tweak. I do believe that a relationship, even with two imperfect people, can be perfectly put together by God, and it will not be perfect, but that it has purpose. And I think that there can be aspects of perfection in purpose. That's what I think.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So, along the lines of relationship goals, right? So, different people have a list of what they want to see in a partner, right? They have a list of what they want in a relationship, right? Their relationship goals. So, do you guys believe that your relationship goals should be something that you and your partner put together, or something that you bring into the relationship and expect from your partner? I'll start with you, Annecy.
Can you repeat the question? Because I think I understand it, but like maybe not. Can you repeat it, please?
So, do you believe
Mhm.
that your relationship goals should be something that you and your partner collectively work on together? Or is this something that you should bring into the relationship and expect your partner to do?
I think that it's something that you work on your own, and that you have your own personal, like, I wouldn't call it a relationship goal, but just goals as a human being, like just as a woman, like goals that you have for your own, like, character, like who you aspire to be, and then that should be
Mm-hmm.
brought into a relationship healthily. So where like you are not, because I don't really believe in going into a relationship searching for anything from your partner. Like I believe that yes, there are standards and things that you should have going into a relationship of what you desire to continue being treated as, but I don't believe that you should go into a relationship really expecting your partner to complete any aspect of a goal that you necessarily have, because that's a lot to put on somebody, I think.
Okay. I have to come back to that because I think I may have a follow-up question to this. What do you think about
Okay.
that, Kisu? Question.
I think that a goal should be inspirational. We both have to you- we both have to work together and to accomplish the
Mm-hmm.
goal. Um,
Yeah.
so most of the time, people marry or in a relationship with somebody that are not on the same career path. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a problem, but like you have to be able to open your mind and accept the
Yeah.
person as he or she is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that it's important to like understand that some goals are not achievable yet in the relationship, and then we have to
Mm-hmm.
work on it together. Like if you need my help or I need your help, I should be able to come in and talk to you about it. I think
Yeah.
it's a working together situation.
Okay. So along that line, you said something about career path, right? If they're not on the
Yes.
same career path. So do you believe that two people dating should be on the same career path, or what? Help me understand.
Um, I think it's 50-50. Like some people, what people prefer, but me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I like variability. So if you're not on the same career
Okay.
path, I think it's really great. I'll support
Mm-hmm.
you, and then it will help me like open my mind to see, okay, this is what you like. Then let me go on
Mm-hmm.
the internet or ask people about it, so I can help you because I'm not really knowledgeable about your career path. So like I could be
Mm-hmm.
like a help to you.
Mm. Okay. Um, I have to come back to that, Kisu.
Okay.
But let me hear from Esperanza and Sephora. What do you guys think
Well,
goals should be?
well, I think it's okay to have personal goal, but when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to going into a relationship, it's, there's a
Yeah.
reason why it's called a relationship. So I feel like the goals,
Mm-hmm.
they should be, established together. We say, okay, this is what's important to me, and then you tell me what's important to you. Then we sit on the table and then we put things together. I don't think it should be, I'm going into this relationship I'm bringing in you. This is my goal. This is what I want to do, without not considering the person you're with. So I feel like you can have your
Mm-hmm.
personal goal, but when it comes to the relationship, we do that together. The goals for the relationship.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Sephora?
I agree with what Esperanza said because in a relationship, it takes two to make it work,
Mm-hmm.
not just one person. So
Hmm.
if you're like, we see things on the internet that says couple goals, relationship goals, and like we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing all those things, but is that really our goal though? So it
Mm.
for us to make a relationship goal, it has to be our goal, like the both of us, and coming together and making it work and stuff like that.
Okay. So here's a question I have for you, ladies. On the same subject of social media, right? With the age of social media, now we have Instagram, Facebook, right? We see vacation, right? Hashtag vacation, hashtag goals, and stuff like that, right? We have YouTubers that share their lives with us every day. And people look to them and say, you know what, I want to have the relationship that they have, right? So, do you guys think that this puts pressure on people, or is this even acceptable? What do you guys think?
I think it puts a lot of pressure. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
I I I don't know. I honestly, I never want to be anybody's relationship goal. Um, I like when I enter a relationship, just because it's just like I think that's a lot to put on, like we discussed originally, like two people who are really just figuring it out, and even in
Mm-hmm.
marriage, like you're still just figuring it out. So it's like I think that that is a lot of pressure because then like just like any type of relationship or friendship or anything, there are ups and downs, and it's a lot of pressure for you to always pretend like you're up in the moments that you're down, because then it also helps with like do you seek counsel, like do you seek accountability when you're down or whatever, or are you still trying to create this persona of we got it, like we're all right, we're always good, like that's too much, I don't want it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with
What do
NC.
you,
Also, I feel like
mm-hmm.
it's okay to like you see a couple, they do something great. You're like, oh, I would love to do that, if I'm in a relationship. But I don't
Yeah.
think it should be like, okay, you know what? This couple, I want to be like this couple. You don't know what they go through off social media, okay? So, like, if someone is
Mm.
crying right now, they will not put it on Facebook, on Instagram. They will show you when they happy,
Mm.
when they laughing, when they having a good time on vacation. But when they struggling, you don't see that. So, like, for you to say that, oh, this couple is my goal, like, what do you mean it's your goal? You know what I mean? You don't really know the couple, but I feel like it's okay. You see a couple do something great, you're like, oh, I would love, for my relationship to, develop something like this or to have something like that.
Okay. So, but what do you think if I guess I should say, is it not okay to take the good things from that relationship and apply it to yours? What do you think about that?
Well, it's okay and it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay because, everyone they have their personality. You don't want to put pressure
Mm-hmm.
on someone to say, oh, you know what? This guy, he did this for his wife or his girlfriend, whatever. I want this too now. At this point, I don't think it's okay. But I think it's okay if you kind of like communicate with your partner and say, I love this, or you watch a video on Facebook or Instagram, you're like, oh babe, look at this. This is cute or whatever.
Hmm.
Not pressuring your partner to
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, I want this too, okay? But you could talk about it. Oh, this is something I would love to have, but it doesn't mean that you have to give me that, okay? So it's like I feel like it's kind of like
Mm.
a way of showing your partner what you like, but not putting pressure on your partner to say, okay, I would want you to do this for me like this person did this for that person.
Mm. Okay. What do you think about that, Kisu?
I think like don't believe the hype on social media. Do not. um, because actually they don't. I mean, they post like the good stuff online, and then they hide their true feelings behind the camera. Um, but don't think that because like, oh, because I proposed to my girl, I proposed to my, like, I mean, the man proposed. Don't think that it's gonna happen to you like that. You have to put in the work for it to happen, because social media is such a is it's just an illusion. um sometimes we think that, oh, they're having a good life, they go vacation like you said earlier, oh, this is a goal. But you have to put in perspective that this couple probably save a lot of money before they go on vacation. They put in a lot of effort before they went on vacation. They probably, like, when they come back from vacation, they might have like a $10,000 bill waiting for them. You have to know that- yeah, it's really happened. So you have to know that what you see on social media, like the couple you see on social media, it's not your relationship. um I do believe that you can like get some point, like maybe like if they do something nice, you can say, look, hey babe, this is what they did, what do you think? Like, try to find the positive and the negativity from what they did, like, that's it.
So, what about you, Sephora? What do you think?
I agree with everything you guys said, but and also it does put a lot of pressure on us, especially the youth growing up. Also, like I remember in middle school and high school, like people would be in a relationship, they would look up to that certain couple. I remember this one couple in middle school. They were toxic, like toxic, and they thought it was cute the fact that to argue all the time and then make up and then argue and then make up, to them that was the goal for them. So it puts a lot of pressure on us, and then as you get older, the fact that you were into that relationship, you have that mindset that, oh, that's how it's supposed to go, but then really it's really not how it's supposed to go. So when you get older, it's just like you have to relearn everything and kind of grow yourself, because so it's a lot of pressure. And seeing all these couples and influencers every day posting this and that, and you're thinking to yourself, is this how it's supposed to be? Is that how, like, am I doing it this wrong? But we're not doing it wrong, because we're all special in our own way, and our relationship should be our relationship.
Okay, okay. Now, so let's talk about finance, ladies. Right? So I know relationship goals, like Kenya mentioned. Let's say a couple goes on vacation and they come back with a $10,000 credit card bill, right? But so when it comes to finance, what do you guys think should be some of the goals that someone sets for themselves in a relationship? Should you say, okay, I want to be in a relationship, and then the next step is to get a joint account, right? I want to be in a relationship, and then we split the bills 50-50 or 60-40. Wow, my math is wrong. But so, what do you ladies think?
I think personally, I think that it's important to have a joint account, and you have your and then your own separate account. So because like the joint account can be for bills and stuff. That's where like the rent money is, the mortgage, the insurance, the car insurance, and a whole lot of stuff. But you should have your
Yeah.
personal money. Like I said earlier, we are both different. We have different goals, different beliefs, different mindset. We might want to use that money to invest it to something else. Maybe you might want to surprise your wife, and you don't want to like withdraw the money from the joint account and stuff, or buy something from the joint account. I think it's gonna give the person the freedom, like, it's freedom. Okay, like about the splitting bills. I think this is a really good question, because it always bring trouble into relationship. Like, should the man split the bill? Should the woman split the bill? Personally, I think And then we have to take in factor that like one can make more money than the other. What are we gonna do? We cannot just
Yeah.
go like this. If, like, example, if somebody's making $50 and the other one is making $100, I'm not gonna put pressure on you. Be like, oh, you make $50, you have to like go work extra hard so you can attend. You can come meet me at the end. I'm not gonna do that. So from there, we have to like maybe like try to see what we can do. Maybe, oh, you get the cable bill, I get the insurance bill. Um, I'll give you like specific bill, but not to add it to a certain amount, but like just to give each other responsibilities in the relationship.
Okay. And what do you think
I
about that, Anna? See, I saw you shaking your head.
I I don't want to say I'm shaking my head. I guess I want to backpedal a little bit. Are we when we say like this joint account or and paying the bill, are we talking about in marriage or at which stage are we in?
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference. Like I'm not getting a joint account with my boyfriend. Like, no, we'll do that after the honeymoon. Like, you need to say I do before you have any access to my money. And then what else? That I had another point. Oh yes, so like the paying the bill. Ooh, this is the topic that my guy friends will we go back and forth because my personal opinion, and I feel like biblically as well.
Oh Lord.
I'm a Christian, so I don't know. Like I'm a Christian, and I feel like biblically during the dating process, a man is showing to you that and should not just showing you but showing your family and God also that he financially provide for you and be the head of the household. So I think that at certain like during the courtship process of a relationship, especially early on, the man should be paying because he is showing me in that process that he could provide for our family the way that God called him to if we move forward in that. Even during the dating process, that's the way I see it. Then when we get married, absolutely, we because then the Bible talks about the two becoming one. So then we are one.
Yeah.
Our count is one. Our like the way we budget, like I mean, I don't have a significant other, so I don't know what he does yet. But I'm gonna be a doctor. That is what it is. And so it is very possible that I will be making more money than my husband with between my business and my career. Like I don't mind the way that we budget, splitting it, like, or we're not splitting it. I'm paying more or whatever, but our account is still one. But there are like levels to it. Like we're not doing that in a relationship. You're paying in a relationship, and then when we become one, then that's where we start with the equal of splitting bills and things like that. That's my opinion.
Before I go to the other ladies, I gotta ask you a question. Wow. So
Sorry.
you mentioned that the guy pays during the dating phase, right?
Yes.
So what do you think about ladies who take their men out on a date, right? They say, well, babe, today I'm taking you out, right? Or they can say, well, it's your birthday, so I'm taking you on vacation. What are your thoughts on that, Anna?
Oh, I love that. I think that and don't get me wrong, that is something like when I'm in a relationship, I definitely do because I believe that there has to be, I don't want to say it has to be equal, but I also like my character or like a woman's character also, even in the midst of a man showing that he's the head of the household, a woman should also show that she is generous and kind and appreciative of all that he does. If like the type of person that I am, like I definitely will like offer, like even though to be honest, like I don't want him to say yes in the moment, like offer to pay the tip and things like that, just because I'm just being real.
Right.
But I definitely like, I love that. And I think that a man, honestly speaking, like, and I've told my guy friends too, like, you should be weary of a woman who just wants to take, and is not at any point generous or giving or things like that. But what I do mean is that, like, a lot of the courtship, like, that's what I mean, like, not part of the dating and just being kind, but the courtship where you are showing, like, I want to take you out, I want to show you, like, that I'm the man in the relationship, that I could be the head of your household. I think that that falls on the man. But anything else, like, where we're just like, there has to be some level of, she's generous and kind and giving as well. Like, I don't think that that should fall on the man, and he should be careful if a woman is not generous at all and she just wants, like, oh, you're taking me on vacations all the time.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that for me.
No problem.
So, same question for Esperanza and Sephora. What do you
What was
guys
the
think?
question again, Ted?
When it comes to finances, right?
Uh-huh.
Like joint accounts, splitting the bills, and things like that. What are some of the goals that you guys have?
Well, I think if we're dating, I'm expecting you to take me out on a date. You know, sometimes I could say, okay, it's your birthday, I'm gonna take you out, okay? But I'm like, okay, we're dating, I wanna see you, show me what you got, okay? We're dating. But when we move on to marriage, I feel like it doesn't matter who's making more money. I feel like if we're able to pay our bills, pay the mortgage, do this, do that, we get paid, we put the money on the table, we know this is gonna pay the bills. And I think it's okay for us to have not separate account. We'll have an account together, to pay the bills and everything. But I feel like it's okay for us to have, like, a checking account on the side. Well, like, I want to surprise you. I don't want you to know, if I want to buy you something. So, but this account is not like, but like the primary one should be, this is the one we pay the bills. We take care of everything. If you want to buy something for the house, we do that with this account. But you can still have your own personal account. And it doesn't matter who makes more. As long as we come to the table, we both get paid. We put the money on the table. We pay the bills. You take a little bit to put on your checking. I put a little bit on my checking. And then, yeah.
Okay. Sephora, what do you think?
I do think that if you're married, not dating, that you should have a joint account. Just like they said, like, if you want to surprise them, you could, have your money on the side. And also, to go back to what Anisi said about, like, the guy and stuff like that. Like, I was having this conversation with my friend this week, actually, about this girl he liked, and she was trying to talk to him. And then she wanted him to send her money first to see if he could take care of her before they, like, hang out or anything like that. So I feel like with this generation, although, like, biblically speaking and stuff like that, although biblically speaking, like, the guy's supposed to do this, but with this generation, you gotta understand, like, some girls are just, like, they don't want, like, they want to know upfront before even getting in a relationship that this is what they want. He ended up cutting her off because, but with
very good.
With that, with that being said, I feel like it all depends on the person, really. So like Max said that in the comments down below. He said that if she's just a taker, it's an automatic cancellation. And so in a relationship, I feel like if we do go out and stuff like that, I would want to actually pitch in some money. If you want to buy the dinner, then I'll put the tip in. Like, pay the tip and stuff like that, or buy the dessert. Like, it'll be a 50-50 thing, not just you spending your money on me and I'm just looking like, okay. That's just me personally. Some girls just like guys to just spend it all on them and nothing to back. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay. So Next question, ladies. You guys know that, let's see, what did I write down? Okay, so let's say you're single, right? You have a lot of things that you enjoy doing. You like to go out, you like to go hiking, you like to go on adventures, you like to go on vacation, right? And then you get in a relationship with a party pooper, right? A homebody. They don't like to do anything. So, when does it become an issue for you to give up on what you like to be with someone?
Uh,
So you're saying I like to go out, he doesn't like to go out?
Yeah, or vice versa. Like maybe he likes to go out and you don't like to do anything.
I
So
feel
when does
like
it become an issue?
I feel like it becomes an issue. Like, let's say, if there's like a family event or something, and he's like, I'm not going. And then so it's just like, so if we end up marrying and stuff like that, it's going to mean that I have to cancel every event because you don't want to go. And me going by myself, I'm Haitian. So let's say I go to an event, right? I'm going by myself. You want to do, oh, Kote Mario. Like, like, where's your husband? Aren't you married? So it becomes a problem. Like, I understand, we're taking, like, we're dating, we're trying to, I will try to bring him out more to be more outgoing instead of just lonely and all the time to himself. But if it's like constantly all the time, oh, I'm not going, I'm not doing this, I'm not, like, no, you gotta go. I'm sorry. But you have to go. I can't do that.
I feel
Okay.
like
What
if
do you
we're
ladies think?
dating and yeah, I feel like if we're dating and you're telling me, oh, I don't like to go out, it's okay if you don't love to go out. Like me, I love to travel, okay? We're talking, I'm like, what do you like to do? What do you do and everything? So you're like, I mean, I don't like to go out, but like if I get encouragement, I'll go. That's different than if you say, I'm not an out person, like I don't like to go out, I never go out or anything. I feel like it's an issue because if I love to travel, I love to go out, it's gonna be a problem in the relationship. We're not going anywhere. So I'm like, mm-mm.
What do you think?
I mean, if
Crystal?
you need help, I can help you. I can, make you enjoy going out more. But if you feel like, okay, I don't like to do this and I'm not, willing to learn or like to kind of like, go out more, then that's a no-no.
Okay.
Yes,
What
I
about you,
think
Casey? What
it's
do you
an
think?
issue. Yeah, I think it's an issue because we gotta share something. We gotta share a hobby. Like you don't like to go out, but what else do you like to do? Where do you like to go? If it's a family event, like Sephora said, you have to come with me. If not, somebody else gonna snatch me. Do you want that? I would have the type of that
Lord
type of
Jesus.
conversation with him. Yeah, have him stand up from his couch and let's go out.
So somebody's gonna snatch you. Lord Jesus. So, Nancy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it definitely I don't want to say it would necessarily I mean, I think it would, the issue was like that present during relationships, and like people, hopefully they wouldn't try to ignore it because that could turn just to marriage, like where we're married and the same problem is arising. But I think also like just the benefit of the doubt, I think there's give and take in a relationship, and there's always like people are not, unless you want to marry someone who literally is exactly like you, which I don't, there's going to be things that you have to adjust on, like he wants to do this and then that's not your favorite thing and whatever. So I think that there's definitely like give and take in a relationship and compromise, like my favorite word during therapy, like compromise, and just figuring out what works for you guys and what's fair. So yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What other question do I have for you, ladies? So I have to ask the ladies this question. it is said that when you deny someone something they've always wanted, that's if you're in a relationship with that person, right? They will in turn deny you affection. Do you ladies agree or disagree?
Can you repeat that question again?
So let's say your man denies you something you've always wanted, whether
Mm-hmm.
it was like a bag you've always wanted, a trip you've always wanted, your favorite cake, anything you've always wanted. If you repeatedly deny that thing in a relationship, you will in turn deny that person affection. Do you ladies agree?
No, I do not agree. I do not agree. I think so. You have to give me the reason why I cannot have something or I
Mm-hmm.
cannot do something. Give me the
Yeah.
reason, and then we can try to work it out. Maybe not this year or next year. Maybe let's work. But I would love to know that I'll get it at the end, though. I'll be patient with you. But denying somebody affection, that's something else. Mm-mm-mm. I don't think I don't think any like material object can buy affection, can buy something like that. No. Mm-mm. No.
What about you
I have
ladies?
to say
What do you
that
ladies think?
I have to say that, why so let's say, I really want to go on vacation, or let's say it's my birthday. I'm like, babe, I would like to go to this place for my birthday. And if you tell
Mm-hmm.
me, babe, for the budget this month or this you can't go on vacation, and if it's like a valid reason, I'm like, okay, I understand. We talk about it instead of telling me, no, you can't
Mm-hmm.
have this. Like you're my dad or something. I don't think it should never be like
Mhm.
that. And the fact that, and I don't think the girl should, deny affection or anything. I don't think
Yeah.
it's okay to do that in a relationship.
Mm-mm.
Like you used to
Mm-hmm.
give me something, we talk about it, we both agree on not getting what I want. And then for affection, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you get your affection. I don't think getting what I want should play a role in you getting affection.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Um.
So yeah, go ahead, Sephora.
Okay. So if I get this right, what you're saying is like if I want something, right? And for example, me the
Mm-hmm.
bag, and he says no, I can't have the bag, and that means
Yeah.
I deny him affection. Okay, I won't deny
Mm-hmm.
him affection, but if I want a bag, right? Like, and you said no, then like I said, I have my own money. I will go get my own bag, buy it myself. So
Hello.
you didn't buy it, but I got it. So you can't be mad at me for that.
Mm.
So yeah, that's all I had to say.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the things that are not necessarily discussed very often, right? In the early stages of courtship or dating. Political views, religion, and I know people talk about children all the time, right? But where you want to live and settle down, right? So how important you guys think those are, especially political views, right? Let's say you never talk about politics with somebody and then now it's Black Lives Matter. And then the person is like, you know what, I don't agree with this thing. So how important is political views, religion, and where you're gonna end up living to you guys?
Religion for me is important
Mm-hmm.
because I can't believe in God and you're over here like, oh, what is a God? Like I don't believe in that. Like I'll try to help you believe in God, but if you still don't believe in it, then there's nothing I can't do, but you're not the one for me. And as far as
Mm-hmm.
house and stuff like that, living together, for me personally, I would like to, my future house and my future husband, I want for us to build that together. Like, let's build our dream home instead of, oh, this is my house, you're just moving in. Like, no, let's do this together. And what was the other one?
Mm-hmm.
You said
Um,
three things.
Political views.
As far as political view with Black Lives Matter, I feel like you should understand that, there is problems in the world. I mean, I'm not gonna bash you because you don't believe, like you don't have the same political uses me, but I would need a reason why you feel that way, not just, oh, this is how I feel in point blank period. I'll need a reason why you feel that way. Like, what makes you feel a certain way about this?
Yeah.
That's my point on that.
Okay. Anyone else want to add to that?
Yeah, I think that I'm first of all, I'm someone who I think it's just my personality. Like I don't mind. I actually am intrigued by uncomfortable conversations, and so I'm not the type of person who gets it. I would not get in a relationship with, or more than importantly, I would not get in a marriage with someone who I was not like I didn't know these things already. Like I don't know if I'm like even allowed to say this like online, but like it's one of the reasons why I'm less inclined to really date outside of our race, like the Black race, because there's just like a lot, like there's certain things that I don't like explaining from like perspective. Like it's just easier if you experience it, and so I think that people like yeah you should be having these conversations because that's certain things like that's not something you want to find out after the fact. Like I don't know how people are dealing with if their husband is a all lives matter and like they have Black children and you're just looking at him like, so you hate our kids? Like I don't know. Like I'm like like these uncomfortable conversations, have them, because it's like either you're having them or you're having them when it's too late. So have them early.
That's true. That's true.
I think
What do you think, Isu?
I think that religion is a little bit tricky. Some people like are more spiritual, but like as people said, it's important to be like in the same religion. Like but like you have like how they say it in French, la crainte de Dieu. Like it's important to fear God. To like there like we
Amen.
have some moral, some ethnicity, some like values. I think it's important for me to have for me like for that somebody to have that. And with politics, and with the Black Lives Matter going on, I think it's important to discuss, like know where your partners stand. It's very important. Um, and like have debate about that. Like on a Friday night, don't go out. Just say, hey, like let's talk about this, and then to know like your partner point of view. I think it's really important. And from there, you can see if you want to move into the relationship, go further, or you want to stop the relationship.
May I say one more
What
thing?
about you?
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So I was like just thinking back at like the equally yoked. I think it's like just my last point. I think sometimes people, number one, like you can be unequally yoked with someone in the same church as you and in the same religion as you, because obviously like
Very true.
there are like I'm Seventh-day Adventist.
Level.
I don't know if y'all know what that is, but I'm Seventh-day Adventist. So there's very conservative Adventist, and then like I guess I'm more like on the liberal side of Adventism. So, but like equally yoked for me is someone who like I don't go out on Sabbath. Like I like right now is my Sabbath, so Friday night is not like when I would go out. But like again, it's like really important. I think like not just having the conversations, but even deep diving in the conversations. Like, okay, yes, we both believe in God, but like what, like do you, yes, you fear God, but like how are you resting on Sabbath? How what does Sunday worship look like to you? Because that's a big thing too. Like someone doesn't worship like you or like the way you worship and things like that, like these, then you raise kids, and like where does that, so like that was just what I was about, just having conversations, but really deep diving in those conversations of what does it really look like to be unequally yoked.
What do you think, Esperanza?
Yeah, I agree with Edison. I feel like those conversations you should have them while you're dating. Don't wait until you get into marriage to know, oh, your husband doesn't like to wake up early to go to church on Saturday morning, okay? I feel like, this is literally what we do when we're dating. We know each other. We learn, what do you like? What do you do? You know, how do you see God? Okay. I feel like we should have these conversations. And if you feel like, and sometimes some people they've never heard about God. Okay. I'm okay to date someone like that, but not okay to date someone who heard of God and say, oh, to me, he doesn't exist. I don't believe in him. So I feel like it's okay. We talk about those things while we're dating. And then, yeah, if we feel like we can move on, we move on. If we can't,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Last question before we take our break, ladies. So let's talk about arguments, right? I know in the beginning we've talked about how relationships are not perfect, right? Two imperfect people trying to build something. How important are arguments in a relationship? And what's the best way to go about it, right? Because it's something that you cannot avoid. You can't prevent it from happening. You're going to disagree on something at some point in the relationship. Is it an important part of your relationship? And when it does take place, what's the best way to go about it? Well, at least according to you, ladies. What do y'all think?
I
Um,
feel like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
To me, healthy argument it's good because when we argue, we know the person we live with, okay? If we're in a
Yeah.
relationship, everything goes so smooth, like we never argue. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not a relationship, okay? But I'm saying I feel like it's okay to argue in a relationship, but at the end of the day, what did we learn from this argument? Okay, we were arguing about this, about that. It's not like I'm fighting with you, we're just trying to make a point in the relationship. So I feel like it's okay to argue as long as at the end of the argument we get to a point where like we both agree with each other, or like we understand each other. I mean, we don't have to agree with each other, but I see your point, you see my point. I feel like it's okay to argue. And yeah, it builds the relationship. It helps the argument, it helps us to be stronger. If we never argue, we'll never know how strong we are. Okay, so I feel like it's okay to argue in a relationship as long as we learn from it. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so what do you think?
It is okay to argue in a relationship, but me personally, when a problem happened or something just happened, I don't talk about it right away, and that's a little bit an issue for me. I wait and see before I go in and talk about the problem. It might be an issue for my partner and stuff, but like I usually wait and see and focus and see how am I gonna go about it. um
Okay.
I know that it's not really practical, like it's better to talk about the problem right away, but like I take some time just to analyze and see and know what I'm gonna say when I'm gonna talk to you, and then that's when I take things to the next level, and then I communicate with you, and then we both like talk about like, oh, what was wrong, like what did I do wrong, what did you do wrong, and then trying to find a purpose, like not a purpose, but trying to find like solution for everything.
Okay. Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you don't talk about it right away because you want to gather your thoughts, right? Not because you
Yes.
want the guy to guess what the problem is.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. What about you, Hennessy?
Maybe people think I'm like crazy, but I love, I don't want to call it arguments, but I love healthy like disagreements and confrontation. Like I really do.
Interesting.
Um, but again, like healthy. So I guess for me, like my personality, I am not a yeller. I very few, if any, people can really get me out of my character to the point upset and I'm raising my voice to get my point across. That's not me. But I like, if there's nothing else in a relationship that you learn, in my opinion, before you get married, it's the way that your partner argues and like their reaction. Like, I am someone, like, there's a lot of things that I could go into the marriage and be like, okay, like maybe we can figure that out later, or like we'll see, or no, but arguing is not one of them, or how somebody argues is not one of them. Like, I need to know that beforehand, and how healthy like someone's, and how effective like the communication is when they argue. Like, I'm very much like Kesu, like I'm very quiet at first and I need my space, and then because I don't like saying things that I take back. Like, I don't. And so I need to think about it before I say it, because when I say it, I mean it. But yeah, like I love healthy I don't want to call it arguments, but just healthy disagreements and rebuttals, so that we can like get to common ground, even if we don't necessarily agree at the end, but just where there's, okay, that's where you stand, where I stand, and then we're moving forward. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Last but not least, Sephora, please tell us what you think.
I personally, I don't like arguing. Like, I don't like raising my voice on people, because then that takes too much energy out of me. Like, only a few people knows how to tick me, which is my siblings. And, parents, they know how to, they know where to hit the spot. But even though with them, like, they'll get me out of my character for a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it. Yelling and stuff like that. So I'd rather like, let's talk about it. Like, don't yell at me. I don't like yelling at people, and I hate when people yell at me, because then it's just like, wow. I hate being yelled at ever since I was a kid. So, but
okay.
I feel like healthy arguments or healthy disagreements, at the end of the day, after like that disagreement you had, what did you learn from each other? Like, is there something you could take from what that person is saying and what I'm saying? Like, do you get my point of view? And of course, like, I'll try to understand your point of view as well, but I want both of us to understand where we both stand, especially before you get into a marriage. Like, you can't just, you have disagreements and arguments and stuff, like, you never learn anything from each other. So, what are you taking to the marriage? Like, a bunch of disagreement, and then you're gonna end up hating each other, like, oh, I can't stand you. So that, like, before relationships and stuff like that, before getting to marriage, you have to look into the little things. Like, people say the little things, like, it's just so little, but the little things matter, because you can't spend the rest of your life with someone that you just can't stand. And I don't believe in divorce. Like, for me, if I'm married, I'm marrying you, like, for life. Like, we're together till death do us part. But yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies, for answering my questions. We're gonna take a break, and I want to remind our audience that you. I don't hear myself. Okay, there you go. You guys will be able to call in, and the number will show up on the screen. You can also ask your questions on Facebook and on YouTube in the comment sections, and we'll make sure to ask the questions to the panelists. Again, you're watching Drop Mic. Don't go anywhere.
An army of youth from all walks of life, dedicated and devoted to making a difference in the community. We strive to be the change that we want to see, putting our God-given talents to good use while relying on Him for guidance and strength. We do not reject tradition. We simply seek improvement. By turning both strengths and flaws into assets for the Lord. We are heavily armed with mass construction weapons, those of faith, hope, love, and prayer. and we are looking to impact every single individual we encounter. We are PDF Ministry, proactive and devoted faith ministry.
What if I had no home, nowhere to stay? What if I had no job?
What if I got raped?
What if I was struggling with depression?
What if I couldn't stop smoking?
What if drinking was the only way to cope with my problems?
What if I couldn't pay my bills?
What if I couldn't control my anger?
What if I could help kids with their homework?
What if I could help fix people's cars? What if I could help build a home for those who don't have one?
What if I could help people to get and stay healthy? What if I could donate money to the needy? What if I could feed the hungry?
What if I could help keep my community protected? What if I could help keep my community safe? What if each one served one?
An army of youth from all walks of life, dedicated and devoted to making a difference in the community. We strive to be the change that we want to see, putting our God-given talents to good use while relying on Him for guidance and strength. We do not reject tradition. We simply seek improvement. By turning both strengths and flaws into assets for the Lord. We are heavily armed with mass construction weapons, those of faith, hope, love, and prayer. And we are looking to impact every single individual we encounter. We are PDF Ministry, proactive and devoted faith ministry.
All right. We are back, and now it's time for your questions. Remember, you guys can call in to ask your questions. You can also call in to give your opinion, right? If the lady said something earlier that you either agree with or disagree with, you can always tell us how you feel right now. Right now, I'm going to ask some of the questions that you guys have asked. Someone asked a question on YouTube. How do you differentiate healthy from toxic arguments?
That's a really good question. I would say, I think it goes back to really the reason of the argument, like what are we fighting about, and how are we arguing? So when, like I said, like I love healthy disagreements and healthy like altercations, but that also includes like effective communication, not hitting below the belt, hearing each other out. So I think that when any of these things are not in play and we're kind of just hearing to respond and not really hearing to listen and understand, then it like there really is no point of the conversation, because it's not healthy at that point, or it's not effective, which is like the point of a disagreement. It should be to find common ground. That's my point. Ladies?
Yeah, I agree with Annecy. I feel like, yeah, like you said, how are we arguing? Okay, if we're disagreeing on something, I'm not gonna say, oh, remember what you did last time, or remember what you did yesterday. I didn't like this or whatever. We're not accusing each other. You have your point of view, I have my point of view. We're trying to, work something together. I feel like that's a healthy argument. Well, like it's not like I'm telling you bad. You always do bad things. And it's not accusing each other, but we two different people, we have different point of view. We're trying to work something together, and without saying, oh, this person, I can't argue with this person has no brain or whatever. But it's just like understanding if we're like we get to a point where like we understand each other. I think it all depends on how we argue, not like fighting.
Okay.
I mean, it's argument. It's not fighting, but just trying to, communicate.
Okay. What do you think about that, Kisu?
Communication is a big thing in a relationship. The way you argue with somebody, it's very important. Just make sure that you don't like when you're arguing the person, you don't say like anything that could hurt the person later on. Make sure like you say something, but like try to explain yourself about what you said, like so like they don't take it from the wrong side.
Okay. Well, a very important question just came up. Not important, but interesting, I should say. The person asked, if your partner is not showing you off on social media, is that a red flag?
Ooh.
What a question. What do you ladies think?
I don't think it's a red flag if you're let's say we're dating. I'm trying to know who you are. Are you a person that's interested in social media? Okay. If you're not interested in social media, I think it's okay. And a lot of people, they like their relationship to be private. Okay. Not showing social media, it doesn't mean that, he doesn't want people to know that he's dating you or like he's not proud of you. I feel like it's the personality. A lot of people, they don't like to be on social media. A lot of people, either when they're doing good things or they're going through something, they don't want people, outside of their family or their close friends to know about it. And I think it's okay as long as you're in the relationship. You're like, hey, babe, you never post a picture of me on your social media. Why? Oh, I'm the type of person I don't like to post, the person I'm dating on social media. I mean, if you can accept that, it's okay. But some people will say, oh, it's because you have other girls or whatever. I feel like it's okay. Just communicate, ask your partner the reason why he doesn't post you on social media, okay? Don't just assume, but, ask, because a lot of people, they don't like people to know their business, and I think it's okay.
I feel like it's not a red flag because I feel like in relationships, some people like to build that strong bond before they post you, I mean, before they even show, like, people will know you're dating, I have a girlfriend or this and that, or a boyfriend, but they want to build that strong bond, because once you post someone on social media, it could be the girl or boy, there's like, there goes the he said, she said, oh, I did this, or he did that, she did that. Like, there's those people, so you want to get to know that person first, like, yeah, I know you, I know like what you did like in the past, so therefore, even if you happen to post me or I post you, whatever they say shouldn't come in between what we have. Unless you just, I feel like you shouldn't really believe what the outsiders saying before you confirm with your significant other. So him not posting you or her not posting you is not a red flag. It could just be that they just want to be private. They don't want people to know their relationship. Like, that's not their business. It's our business. So.
I don't want to say I disagree. I don't want to say I disagree, but I guess my question for the person, because, okay, will not post my significant other till I'm engaged because I just won't. But I think there's a difference between, and that's what I guess I would ask him or her. There's a difference between being a secret and being secretive. Like, are you not being posted because you're a secret, like nobody knows about you, or social media doesn't know about you? Because that's why I don't want to say it's not a red flag, because we girls, we all have been there. Like, I don't want to say we've been there, but we all know some shady characters that intentionally don't post because they're shady. But that goes back to, are you a secret or are you guys private? Because I am not going to post because I'm private. Like, the Adventist community is very small. Nobody needs to know about you until there's something to know. But then, like, my significant other will never be my secret. If somebody asks me, I am in a relationship. It's a social media or not. Like, they may not see the person's face, but they'll know enough about that I'm not single. So that's what I guess my rebuttal to the question would be, like, making sure you're private and you're not a secret. Because if you're a secret, that is a red flag.
Major. All right. We have a caller on the line, guys. Let's take them. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Hi.
We can hear you. You're live.
My question is, how do you try to have a communication with someone who doesn't know how to communicate or who doesn't know how to comprehend stuff?
Who doesn't know how to compromise, you said?
Like, comprehend when you try to have a conversation with that person. Like, they just shut down. Like, how do you try to have a conversation with them?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question, and thank you for calling. So, ladies, please tell us.
I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not understanding the question, but what can you rephrase it, Ted? Like, what exactly is the question?
So she's asking how to. Wow. Let's see if I can remember. How do you have a
I think
conversation with somebody who doesn't know how to communicate, or someone who shuts down when you start talking to them?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not being optimistic here, but I would say that is a really big red flag. I don't know how old you are, whoever's calling, but I think that no matter how old you are, I think that's what I was talking about in the beginning about going into a relationship complete. So where, like, and the person is complete as well, so that you're not fixing each other throughout the relationship. And I would say that when you go into it with someone who, especially if you communicate really well and you know how to put your point across, and then that person is not, I'd say that's a really big thing to overcome together. And I would say that person probably needs to figure out how to do that alone, because if they're not communicating well in their relationship, they probably don't communicate well in any form of thing that they have. So I would say that they need to learn how to do that on their own before they can bring that into a relationship where because relationship is literally communication. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say like end it or anything like that, but I would say like you need to be careful. Like, that's a really big red flag, and that's not something you want to teach someone how to do. Like, they need to learn that on their own.
Okay. So let me add to that. There is a great book called The 5 Love Language. And I think it's important to know your partner love language. Love language is really important. communication in a relationship is a big deal, like NSC said. Men will communicate with you if they trust you. They will not put their feelings out there if they do not trust you or they do not feel secure, like when they tell you something. They don't like when women are judgmental. If they come to you and say like, "This is my feeling," and then they want you to receive it and like talk to them about it. When a man doesn't communicate about something, it's mean that they're not ready to talk. Um, you can take it slow by slow with them, or you can see like a counselor, or maybe you have a third person in the not in the relationship, but like have a meeting and have a third person that is not not biased, that doesn't know you, that doesn't know the guy, and then from like you might try to open and say this is what's going on, why I'm not talking to you. I think there is a reason behind it, because men, when they feel secure with you, they trust you, if anything, they like an introvert person, they will talk to
Mm-hmm.
you, they'll communicate about something. I don't know what is the issue that the person is having. Is it like financial, is it love, is it like anything, but like it's important to give him some time and see, like talk to him about it and see like, can you please communicate more, talk to me. The relationship is about communication.
Okay. So I have another question for the other ladies, for Esperanza and Sephora. Someone asked, should you have access to your partner's phone, social media account, and bank account?
Um,
Okay. For for phone, I mean, there's nothing hiding. I feel like if it's a 1 month relationship or dating, you're not getting access to my bank account, my social media. I mean, phone password. Okay, I have nothing to hide, but social media either. But you never know what someone can do. But whereas bank
Yeah.
account number, we gotta be married. I'm not gonna just give my boyfriend my bank account number and like all my informations. Because what if we break up? Like, you never know what someone can do to you after the relationship ends. So I I mean, it all depends on how you guys are together. But whereas phone, like social media password, you don't need to know my password, but you have my phone, you could go on it. Or if you have my or my phone password, yeah, you could go on my phone. But if you have to keep snooping and see what I'm doing and all this and that, then that means you don't trust me, and that's not okay. Because if I'm not doing it to you, why are you doing it to me? So like that means there's no trust in a relationship if you have to know their password and you have to know every little information, what they're doing, what like no, that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. That's no.
What do you
so,
think, Esperanza?
are they dating or like married? Is it like two people that
That's,
are dating or
I
they
guess we
married?
can talk about both stages.
Okay. I feel like if we're dating, like Sephora said, you could go on my phone if you want to go on my Instagram, my Facebook, you could go on my phone, but I don't think it's necessary for you to have my password. What do you need it for? Okay. But if we're married, um I mean, if the person wants to have it, it's okay, but I don't think it's a big deal to have my password, like my password to go when I'm not, you know what I mean? So if you want it, I'll probably ask, why do you want my password? Like, you can go on my phone and go on my Instagram, go on my Facebook, but what do you want my password? So I feel like, we can talk about it. Give me a reason why you want my password. And, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. If you give me a valid reason, I'm like, okay, here's my password. And for bank account, I feel like it's the same way too. Like if we're dating, I don't see no interest in you, having my bank account. But if we're married, I mean, I'm gonna have my personal checking, and we're gonna have an account together. So I think it's okay if we're married, because we're in a relationship. We're not two different people, like the Bible says. We're one, And if we're one, there should not be any secret, anything that I know you don't know. So I feel like it's okay if we're married.
Okay.
But dating.
Someone asked a question. They said, what if one of the partners doesn't have an income? What happens
In a marriage?
then? I guess.
I'm gonna answer. Well, if we're married, you don't have an income, I need to know why you don't have an income.
Why?
Okay? We're married, you in school, you don't have an income, it's okay. Okay? It's okay. But I feel like if we're two mature people, we're married. Like I said before, it's a relationship. We do everything together. If you in school, it's okay. I'll pay all the bills. I'll do everything. I'll take care of you. I'll take you out. I'll do everything. Because I see a future in you, okay? But you don't have an income and you have no plan to have an income in the future. I think that's a problem. That's a problem that should have been resolved even while we were dating, not even getting into a marriage. We're like, now, like, it's too late. Because like Sephora said, we're married. It's an eternity thing. It's not like we're married today, tomorrow we're divorced. Like, we're in this, forever. So I think it's a no. If we're married, you don't have an income. I mean, why would we be married if you don't have an income? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like these, questions, we should talk about them before we even we should talk about them even before we start dating. While you're my friend, I need to know what you do. Okay, I need to know your plans, your goals, then we move forward. So it's not like while you're married, that's when you start with everything, knowing the person you're married to, knowing what they do. But these things, that's the main reason why we're dating. We're dating to know each other. So these things, I don't want to find them out after we're married. But I feel like while we're dating, I need to know all those things and move on. We get engaged, we're married, so definitely not.
What if they want to be a stay-at-home dad?
What do you mean? Like, I mean, I'm just, that's my opinion, okay? That's my opinion. While we're dating, I need to know your goals, okay? I need to know where you see yourself in 2 years, 5 years. If you, like I said, if you're in school, it's okay. But saying that you want to be a stay-at-home dad, I'll just say you're not the person for me. That's me, okay? I mean, that's my opinion.
What about you?
This question is crazy. I think that, first of all, I guess obviously I feel like all my answers always have a but in them. Like, why is he home? Like, are you sick? Like, or are you like going through something? Are you transitioning from last week we talked about 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship. Are you in a transition from 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship? So this is like a 6-month gap where I'm working and you're not. Like, these are important questions because I think that, like, for me, one of the things that is a non-negotiable for me in a relationship, and who I'm looking for in a marriage, is a man with ambition. That's non-negotiable. I don't care if you're a janitor. Like, what is your ambition with that? I mean, janitor is a great job. I guess I guess the jobs that we put as societies like lower. I don't care if that's what you are, but where do you want to go with that? Like, what is your ultimate goal? Do you want to be the CEO of janitors all over the United States? Like, ambition. So for me, I don't see myself with no, that's not gonna happen. A man who's just at home because he just is lazy, and doesn't want to work. Like, you just don't feel like it. Like, you just, no, that's not happening. But yeah, I think he goes back to why, because I don't like you're going back for your education, you are transitioning, you're going through something mentally, because hello, I'm a mental health professional. We all go through life, and sometimes life becomes overwhelming. You need a month where you're not working and you're collect off emotionally. Okay, that's fine. But laziness, no. A man who's lazy, no, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Interesting. Sephora and Kiss, what do you guys think?
Like, did you at least have some money before, or you just have no money at all? I feel like let's say like marriage and stuff like that, I wouldn't married you if you have like how old are you to, like, let's say you're 25, right? You're 25 years old with no income. Like, you expect me to do everything, So no, that's a big no for me. And whereas dating, if you're 25 years old and I'm dating you and you have no job, no money, and mommy and daddy's taking care of you still, then like how will you be able to help me when we're together? Like, when mommy and daddy is gone, like, how will you be able to support me, support us? So that's a no for me.
Well,
like, you gotta go.
Very interesting. Before I go to you, Kisu, we have a caller on the line. We'll take the call now. Hello? Oh, wait 1 second. Yes, hello?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Okay. So it seems as if there's a lot of pressure on women to prepare themselves for dating and eventually marriage, but not the same for men. When are we going to begin holding men accountable?
Woo.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. I love it.
Is this a question for me or the panelists?
It's for the panel. And I guess for you, since you are a man.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, thank you for the question. Thank you for calling. Ladies, let's hear it.
I love it. I agree.
I mean, because my understanding is, I don't think we're not holding men accountable, are we? But I think we're just, I guess the ladies are giving their opinions. I wish we had a guy on the panel tonight. But if you're a guy and you're watching, please call in and answer that question for me. Very interesting.
Let me answer this question.
Yeah, go ahead. Kiss.
In a Haitian household, they don't teach men to take responsibilities like that. The mothers spoil their sons so much. I have to say it. Because most of the time the daddy's there, but like it's not there. Like they have they put a lot of pressure on the woman. They be like they always want the woman to be independent. Be like, oh, you have to do this. You have to get a job at 18. You have to this. You have to that. And the men, they be like, oh, I can buy you a car at 16. You're a man, They see it differently, and which is not good. You have to be able to give your son responsibilities. That's when they're gonna hold themselves accountable when they get in a relationship with somebody. But if you're the mom and you're not doing that, so it's gonna be a problem for the future. You have to teach them young. That's what I think personally, like in the Haitian household.
Okay. Well, someone asked another question, ladies. On YouTube, they said, that's a very interesting question. Is it necessary to share a room as a married couple? Or is it okay to have a 2-bedroom marriage?
Well, like the two people they married and then they have 2 beds. I mean, I feel like, like, let's just start with the definition of being married, okay? It's not having a roommate, okay? It's not having a roommate. We share the kitchen, but we have different rooms. It's marriage, okay? So
That's right.
I don't think. I mean, it's marriage. It's a relationship. So I don't think having two beds that comes into marriage. Like, we're together. We do everything together. We're married. We sleep together. It doesn't matter if we're fighting.
That's right.
We're still gonna sleep together. Okay. So I mean, I don't think there should ever be a 2-bedroom thing in a marriage. In a in a marriage.
It's an entanglement.
Hello.
I'll take we have another caller, guys. Let's take the call and then we'll continue with the question. I'll give it a few minutes. All right. All right. Thank you for calling.
Ted, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir. How you doing, Max?
Hey, Ted. What's going on, man? I just had to tag in real quick because there's no brothers on this channel, and it was going real smooth up until this point, and after that caller came in, I don't know what's going on. Must have been a tornado or something. Let's just get this straight out of it. Gentlemen, real men are raised to take care of their families. Forget these other notions and lies that people hear. Yes, there are some people who are born in certain situations. They come from a lot of broken homes and families, so they have no agenda. They sit on people's couch. That's them. But don't get it twisted. I know a lot of brothers who are hustling, working multiple jobs, working 100 hours a week to be able to provide for their queens. So, folks, let's not. That whole question about men are not raised to take care of the home, that is not true. There's a bunch of good brothers behind PDF Ministries who are doing their business, doing big things. I know a bunch of brothers all up and down the East Coast. So that's everywhere. So if you want to keep looking for those lazy brothers who sit on couches, they exist. That's what you're going to find. Pray, go to God, go to the Bible, and look for yourself a good man, because the good men are out there. Let's just stop that nonsense right now. Lovely ladies, have a blessed Sabbath and weekend if you're not Sabbath keepers. That's all I got to say.
Ooh.
That's it. Thank you, Max.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, Max.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally.
Is that
Someone
what
came to our
the
defense.
question was? Is that what the question was? I guess to defend the young lady, I don't think that the comment necessarily was that they're like no good men, because I mean we're Black women, and like we see you kings, like we know, like this is not and will never be a bashing on our Black men, because that's not what this is. But I think it's just more like holding men accountable, and especially like our own, because you guys are ours to hold accountable. So we are holding accountable of just I don't want to say like lazy men, but just it goes back to I think it was Kesu who said like the way we are raising men to like just I guess the disparities that we've seen in the way we were raised as I think all of us are Haitian women, versus like how we've seen our male brothers and cousins and the leniencies there. So I don't think it was more a general statement about Black men or Haitian men or anything, because we would never do that. But I think it was more just what we've seen of just the level of strength that Haitian families hold our women to versus what we hold our men to. And ladies, like, am I correct?
Yes, you're correct, Anansi.
Okay. So we have to end, but I still want you ladies to answer that last question. The one about the 2-bedroom marriage. At least let's take one more person to answer that question, and then we'll have to wrap up.
And I'll say something. But if someone else wants to jump in after I'm done. But what I have to say about that is like in a marriage, like you got married, you know, like you're supposed to
Go
have
ahead.
a 1 bedroom. You're supposed to yeah. Like,
Okay, what
but
do you
you're
think,
supposed to like.
Casey?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Continue, Sephora, please.
But what I have to say is in a marriage you're supposed to have 1 bedroom. Why do you need to sleep in 2 separate bedrooms for? Like, what was the whole point of getting married if you're gonna just sleep in
That's right.
separate rooms? Because like I understand before marriage, like you're not supposed to. There's a lot of things you're not supposed to do, right? So when you get married, like unless you guys are arguing and like getting ready for a divorce. I mean, I don't believe in divorce because I like that's just me. But unless you guys are just can't stand each other, like you just want to get a divorce, then I understand why you have a separate bedroom. Like you just don't want to be around that person. But even though, like, you know, you got married, you're supposed to work through it, trying to find the solution to the problem. And I don't think it should be a 2 bedroom. Even if you're arguing, I understand if you don't look at each other, like you're cuddling and stuff like that. But you could stay on your part, stay on that part, but we're still in the same bed. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't think you have to get 2 separate bedrooms for that.
What if they have the coronavirus?
Put a mask on. Then
We'll
I
still
switch
sleep together.
Well, was that
Put a mask
is
on.
it Elba's wife who was like, is just Elba's wife said that she got it because when he got coronavirus, she didn't leave him, and
Yeah.
she stayed sleeping in the room.
For better or worse.
Right.
Lord.
I think as far as like that question, I wouldn't. I mean, with the same rooms, I definitely don't agree with the not having not having separate rooms. But I think that it's important to both have your own space. Like I am a huge advocate of like man caves and like all of that. Like I agree with that aspect of, because I think if you go to the room aspect, it probably is more a deeper issue of just probably someone doesn't feel like they have their own thing or their own like getaway. So I think like the solution to that is, I mean, I don't know what people's budgets are in houses. I'm in Texas. Texas, you could have $15 and probably put a down payment on a house. So like you have space here in Texas. But I would say like if you're gonna get a 2 bedroom, like you have your own space. Like that bedroom is for your own thing, or you have your own thing that you like to do. Because I think that having your own room thing, I think that's just a bigger issue I think that's a bigger underlying issue in the relationship in general, of probably like just needing your own thing. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Get into an argument.
Yeah, but not
So what happens
not during
if you and your
arguments.
partner get into an argument, right? And then you're like, well, you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
I don't
Should that
believe
ever
in
be
that
okay
at
or
all.
acceptable?
I don't believe in that. I think that's really dangerous, and that is a stepping stone to like you going to sleep at a hotel when you're mad, and then a bigger argument. You're like, no, I think that's really dangerous. You gonna be mad. You can just face your back to me, but you're not sleeping. No, like my husband will not sleep anywhere else but my bed.
Yep.
That's really dangerous.
Well, I guess all good things must come to an end. I want to thank our audience for tuning in tonight. And especially I want to thank the ladies for such a wonderful conversation. Thank you for your time, ladies. Thank you for being here. And I guess, well, I want to remind our audience that we only have 4 episodes left for this season. So Drop Mic is ending. So if this is your first time tuning in, I hope we can see you again on Friday. Share the video with your friends and family. It'll be available online after tonight's live stream. So if you missed the beginning, definitely go back and watch it. Once again, my name is Ted. And thank you for watching Drop Mic.
Jump.